gates have been breached and dinosaurs have flooded the island, killing everything in their way. It is up to me to tame the deadliest dinosaurs and Day 1, I crash landed from the helicopter with nothing but my underwear on the beach. Hey yo, why am I in my underwear? Which freak-out dinosaur did this to me? The Distortus Rex? I looked around and spotted any survivors, but the only thing I found was this explore note. I opened it and got jump scared by some dude talking. I guess this was one of the people in the island that died to the dinosaurs. I need to know what happened. How did the dinosaurs escape? What other secrets did this island hold? And trust me, it gets creepy. But before we get ahead of ourselves, I started getting some resources like rocks, berries, and some wood. It didn't take long for me to get attacked as I was crossing the river. Mega piranhas began nibbling on my feet. Hey bro, leave me alone. Yeah, that's right. Come find me on land. I bet you won't. After I teabagged the piranhas, I wanted... Why are you making so much noise, chicken? Okay, back to my goal. I wanted to explore the island a little bit before beginning ticking off some of the tasks I wanted to do in the video, which I will get into later. After roaming a little, some dinosaur attacked me. Hey, yo, what? Hey, no, I'm dipping. I didn't even want to see what attacked me. I just ran away. Since when did they got Foxy over here, man? After running away, I looked back and thankfully, nothing was chasing me. Phew, that was close. 10 seconds in and I'm already getting chased, attacked. I kept running with nothing in my mind, but just to explore and get familiar with the surrounding. I soon found myself on the edge of the cliff. I guess the only way is down. So slowly and carefully, I began descending. What is that? They got Godzilla on this island too? Oh, hell no, bro. I stood down to try to get back up onto the cliff, so I continued descending. I guess I just have to avoid whatever lizard that is. After successfully getting down, I made my way through the forest when... Huh? What is that? No, it's banned. I do not like that. The thing that made it worse is I couldn't see anything because of these trees. What is... Oh, no, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I ran a little further away from the scary noises, then I stopped to craft a pickaxe and learn some engrams. After learning some weapons like bow and arrow, I knew I needed to craft that as soon as possible if I wanted to survive on this island. So I began collecting the resources for that. In the meantime, I crafted an axe, and by then I got thirsty, so I went to the nearby river to drink some water. There I got wood required to craft the bow, and after crafting it, I felt way safer. Now I could at least stand a chance of fighting back against some of these dinosaurs. Now we can begin to cross off some of the things from the list I mentioned earlier. Before these 100 days end, I had some goals I wanted to accomplish. First one was get a base and weapons. Then I wanted to tame a dinosaur like the T-Rex, Spinosaurus, Indominus Rex, and the D-Rex. Then I wanted to kill the strongest and most powerful dinosaurs in the island. And my final goal was to bring back peace back to this island. I know this would be very hard, but I knew I could get that accomplished. And you guys will have to watch and find out if I fulfill and accomplish these goals. Getting back on track, near the river I saw a Dilophosaurus, and with my new bow I aimed it and took him down. Then his friends came out of nowhere and they met the same fate. I was about to harvest them when his baby came out of nowhere. Listen baby, I don't want to kill you. Run away. Wait, I can imprint on them? After doing so, I just tamed them. Turns out you can imprint on babies after you kill their dinosaur. I guess I had my first tame. Wow, that was pretty simple. But I mean, he was still a baby, so he was kind of useless. Nonetheless, I tamed my first dino and named him Bob. I went over to the other Dilophosaurus I killed to harvest its hide when I saw a third one pull up. I took out my bow and immediately started shooting down. When Bob started to fight him, no, Bob, what are you doing? Run away, bro, you're just a child. It's just a kid, bro. To make things worse, I ran out of arrows. Oh no. He was still attacking Bob. No, wait, I'll help you. I charged at him, but it was too late. He killed Bob. No, you will pay for that. I ran away to craft more arrows, and after doing so, I pulled out my bow and blasted him with arrows, and I killed him. But it was too late. Bob died. R.I.P. Bob. Now, after I killed the Dillo, I wanted to swim to the other side of the island, and when I went into the water, I quickly found out that would be nearly impossible, as Megalodons nearly ended me. With my health being low, I crafted a campfire and some armor from the Dillo hide I got, and cooked my meat. Man, I was excited to eat my meat. Bro, I can't even meet in peace. We got some penguin attacking me, bro. Hey man, someone get these Madagascar penguins out of here. I was too low to fight, so I had to run away. I kept passing by dinosaurs. I was searching for a peaceful place to build my base when I was attacked. What is it? Even there's more worms. I tried my best running, but I died. Man, even worms are dangerous here. This was my first death. First of many deaths to come. This time I decided to spawn on another side of the island to see how it was. After spawning, I immediately regretted it. Let's just go on the opposite direction. I ran a little down the shore and began gathering materials to craft my stuff back. And while I was gathering materials, I ran into some more dangerous dinosaur. I just hope they don't come after me. There I found a dodo which I killed for its hide, but barely gave me any. There I had the genius idea. I saw one of the dinosaurs that was very bleedy. What if I killed it, harvest its hide, and ran away before any dinosaurs could attack me? So I began shooting it from a distance. I was scared that at any moment they might turn around and attack me, but eventually I killed it. Yes, now I can... Alright. The T-Rex just ate him. I guess I'm just gonna have to leave. I cannot take down that T-Rex. Well, not now. I continued making my way up the mountain. Maybe if I make up to the top, I can have a better view and decide where I want to make a base. And after rock climbing, I managed to make it up to the top of the mountain, which seemed pretty safe. And look at this view. Damn! The island was truly beautiful. Too bad it was infested with some of the most dangerous and wild dinosaurs I have seen. And I had to do something about it. But for starters, I needed a base, so I started harvesting trees and rocks as I decided to make my base up here. It was perfect, it was safe, far from any problem, and it was high up so I could see the whole island. But there was only one problem. Getting up here was a problem, so I needed the bed fast. While gathering resources, I found another explorer node and some random guy started yapping. Bro, who invited this guy to a podcast? To make things worse, I was attacked by raptors while this guy was talking about his problems. I tried bullying it, but I missed. There was no options but to fight. But I luckily made it up to this rock and the raptor fell down the steep edge. I tried shooting it and killing it, but my guy started skydiving. Phew, that was a close one. I nearly died. I needed a bed ASAP. I continued my farming and made myself backup bolos, as if another raptor attacked me, I could easily bolo them and kill them. I also crafted myself some armor. This way I was at least more protected if I do get attacked. After all that farming, I got a little hungry, so I crafted a campfire and placed it down. Phew, I can't wait to have some food. But in the distance, I heard something. So I decided to check it out. While the food was being cooked, turned out it was another raptor. But no worries, I'm prepared. I can bolo it and kill it, but before I was able, I realized it was an alpha raptor. This meant that it could not be boloed. No, please, bro, I'm sorry, don't. That's my second death. All that progress was gone. This time I decided to spawn on the other side of the island, as there was no way I was making that climb just to be killed by the alpha raptor again. After spawning, I was immediately attacked by a snake. Bro, what is even this? I ran as fast as I could and eventually made it out. Whew, that was close. Don't mind me. I'm gonna mind my business. I kept running without a goal. I just wanted to explore, and after entering a jungle, I heard these colossal footsteps. I was scared. I thought some dinosaur was going to jump scare me and end me, but it was a Brachiosaurus. Too bad I couldn't see anything as the trees covered up and I could only see his foot. I didn't want to get crushed by him, so I left him alone and continued my journey. While exploring the jungle, a Troodon came out of nowhere and put me to sleep and killed me. My guy, I didn't know Mike Tyson was in the island. Bro knocked me out and killed me. At this point, things were not looking good. I mean, I was only on day 2 and I was dying over and over. We still haven't even had a first base. But I didn't lose motivation. I respawned somewhere safe and began getting some tools, and as the same come up, I crafted the thatch foundation where I wanted to place a furnace, but for that I needed hide, so I killed this turtle which gave me plenty of hide. Then I crafted a furnace and put some metal to smelt in it. While the metal was smelting, I crafted a campfire to cook some meat, and in the meantime I started spoiling some meat to make narcotics, as I really needed the first time fast, especially with night coming around. I needed something to protect me. After crafting some narcotics, the metal smelted, so I made a smithy and crafted myself a pickaxe. This should make getting metal way faster. I then learned the trank arrows, and after crafting I was ready to knock out the strike, but then I realized it was a passive tame, so I put some berries on my hotbar and began taming it. In the meantime I continued farming, and then I found a level 75 and I started taming him too. By nightfall of day 1, I tamed my first dinosaur. Now I just needed to tame the second one. After making a saddle, I rode him to kill the smaller dino as I needed more hide for armor, and after bullying this pteranodon, I killed it. I gathered this hide and went to check back on my other team to see how it was, and he was hungry, so I fed it a little more, and then I heard something. What's going on? Turns out my dino began attacking a random turtle. Why, bro? Who authorized you? What's wrong with this guy? I tried my best helping by pulling out my axe and attacking it, but it was too late. My dinosaur was too low of a level and he died. Bro, can I keep a dinosaur for more than 10 seconds? After pulling out my bow, I killed the turtle. With all that hide, I made myself some cool armor and waited for the other trike to tame. In the middle of the night, I finally tamed my second dinosaur and I immediately put on a saddle on him. In the pitch dark, we headed to the unknown. This was dangerous. I had no idea what this island had installed. And to make things worse, I kept hearing scary noises, which didn't help my paranoia. I made my way slowly up some cliff, preserving my stamina in case something chased me down. And slowly but surely, in the pitch dark, I kept going till I came across something. What is that? I knew it was a dinosaur, but I couldn't tell what it was. And after he began howling a parasaur, I skedaddled there without wasting any time. That was a T-Rex, and I wasn't about to sit and see if he was passive or not. So I kept running. From sunrise to the afternoon of day 2, I kept exploring new dinosaurs and new locations. I made sure safety was my #1 priority. As I heard something or saw something I don't like, I ran the opposite direction. Eventually, I found this area near this waterfall, and I decided to start my base here as it seemed pretty safe and I could get easy access to water. As I was about to start building, I saw something that shocked me. Bro, please don't tell me that's what I think it is. At this point, I didn't want to travel more as I spent the last 30 minutes just exploring the island. So I decided to stay here, farm up a small little base, and in the future, I would have moved somewhere else. I just had to make sure I didn't get close to him. And by the way, if you guys don't know what that dinosaur is, don't worry, we will find out pretty soon. After getting enough resources, I built a foundation of the base and made sure to build it out of stone as it was the strongest material I could go for now and no dinosaur could damage it. I continued building my base and crafted a furnace and a bed, and honestly, besides this raptor attacking me, this area seemed very peaceful. After completing my base, adding a smithy, I made the base big enough so I could store my trike inside, as if I left him outside, he was going to die. I then gathered some narco berries and began crafting narcotics. While that was crafting, I wanted to get more metal, so I went up on a metal rod. But that was cut short when I saw a pack of Allosaurus. Guys, hello, I'm your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Hey, they didn't mind me moving here, but just to be sure, I went to the other side and began mining some rocks. This place seemed way more safer than the Allosaurus. What is that? Ah, nah, I'm good! I have no idea what that was, but just from its eyes, I knew that he was evil. Maybe he was sleeping, but I didn't care. I didn't want to test my luck. Maybe this peaceful area I chose might not be as peaceful as I thought. I farmed for the rest of the day, and as night approached, I put my trike inside my house, and together we waited out the night. While waiting, I crafted some more stuff like the crossbow so I could knock out dinosaurs faster. And I also explored some of the mods I had installed. Oh yeah, I'm definitely crafting that one day. I also made some gunpowder as I wanted to get guns as soon as possible, as crossbow would do nothing against some of the bigger dinosaurs like the Rex. After waiting and waiting for the night to pass, I kind of got bored and decided to explore the nightlife of this island. So I decided to leave my house. Now I did have a bed down, so I didn't worry about dying too much. I just made sure to leave my trike inside so he wouldn't die. With my newly crafted crossbow, I gained a little confidence as I could kill anything, and not even 20 seconds leaving my base, boss music began. But what did I do? I just left my house. Please don't. I'll go back and sleep. I'm sorry. Luckily, nothing happened, so I left my house. I lied. I'm not going home. I continued adventuring, but it seemed like the area was actually peaceful. I guess at night, all the dinosaurs went to bed. Man, no. I'm going home. Please don't kill me. I'll go sleep. I ran as fast as I could, thinking I got away, but the Indominus Rex concussed me and killed me. After respawning, looking around, he seemed to be gone. Okay, I quickly need to go get my stuff and come back. I went to grab my stuff, and while there, I killed this parasaur as I was running low on hide. And even though I did spot the Indominus Rex, he was far. After killing the parasaur, he came immediately to kill me. No! I tried my best running away, but I was nothing compared to the killing machine that is the Indominus Rex. After respawning for the second time, I opened my door. And what in the Madagascar is this? I don't have time for this! I don't have time for that! Where's the Indominus Rex? Okay, he seemed to be far. I can go get my stuff, rush back home, and close the door and wait out the night. So I rushed to get my stuff, and when I collected everything, my guy speed blitzed to me. How didn't I even hear him approach me? I tried running back home, but he killed me right outside my door. After waiting out the respawn timer from my beds, I respawned and finally got my stuff. This gave me an amazing idea. Why don't I tame the Indominus Rex? I could hide in my base and knock him out. So I decided to do that. I grabbed all my trank arrows and went to him. I just needed to get his attention, quickly run home. There I will be able to use my door and trank him. I left my house to shoot him, get his attention on me. Then I had to just run back home. Luckily I made it home without getting killed. I put my trike on passive and began tranking him. But for some reason, he was still able to damage me inside my house. Guys? I think this might have been a bad idea. To make things worse, somehow he grabbed me from inside my house and killed me. He's cheating, bro. How is this possible? I quickly respawned before he did the same to my truck and shut the door. I am not leaving this house until he leaves, so I waited. After a while, it seemed to have cooled off a little bit, so I opened the door and he aggroed on me. Bro, I'm sorry, man. Please leave me alone. I couldn't do anything except wait. The funny part was he couldn't even get me. Suck on these nuts, Indominus. I guess me emoting did not make him happy. Oh no, he began damaging my walls. If I didn't do anything, there was a high chance he could break my entire house and kill me. He wasn't doing much damage, but over time, he would be able to break my house. So with no armor and no weapons in my base, my only option was to kite him away. So I opened the door and ran as fast as I could. But the Indominus Rex is the reincarnation of the Flash in a dinosaur body, cause bro, why is he so fast? I didn't get far from my base before he killed me, but I did buy some time for me to think. After respawning, I got my old stuff back and I noticed he had left further down the line. I took this time to make some bolas and a campfire as I needed food. After getting some meat in me, I took my trike and not even 30 meters from my base there was a Carno. Luckily he was low level so I easily killed it. With the Carno there was his baby. Since he had no family I imprinted on it. This was big. Even though he was level 30, if I could grow him, I'd at least feel safe from these dinosaurs around my area. After feeding Bob, yes, I named the Carno Bob, his own mother, I left him there and I went to farm. After farming the whole day, by nightfall of day 10 I made it back home when I was attacked in front of my door. Man, I can't catch a break. Luckily, I killed it easily, but not before taking a quick nap. Who thought it was a good idea to give these Troodons poisonous knockout venom? After emptying all the farmed resources to their place, I then crafted another furnace as I needed metal fast so I can make some of these insane weapons. I was tired of living in fear and I couldn't do that anymore. Day 11, I left my base on foot to collect some wood. I wasn't that scared because if I died, my base was close by and I could just retrieve my loot. After a successful wood run, I came home and I waited out the night. While waiting, I searched up how to tame the Indominus Rex and some of these insane dinosaurs I encountered, like that snake I saw earlier, which I will get into later. Daybreak of day 11, Bob finally grew up, which meant I needed a saddle for him, so I quickly learned the saddle and went to collect the hide to craft it. Up on the mountain, we attacked and killed some raptors, and there was his baby I imprinted on it. But I remembered what raptors did to me up on that mountain. Yeah, we don't talk about this. I continued my climb up the mountain when a pack of hyenas attacked me. But I guess they didn't know I had Bob. Yeah, that's right, Bob. Kill him! From now on, I run these areas. After Bob killed the hyenas, I wanted to go up the mountain, but an RG attacked us. But since Bob was fighting it, I knew I could easily kill it, so I continued climbing up. As I made it up, another pack of hyenas came out of nowhere. Bob, help me! Please, Bob! And out of nowhere, he came to my rescue. Oh, Bob. What would I do without you, man? After I healed up Bob a little bit, I continued my journey up the top of the mountain as I really wanted to know what was up there. Maybe some treasure, maybe a boss battle. Well, I guess we'll have to find out. I climbed and got to a point where I couldn't go up anymore, so I went down again. On my way down, I was blocked by these two raptors. These raptors had no idea what was coming to them. Me and Bob would easily destroy them. Go, Bob. Kill them. Bob, what are you doing? Bob, kill them! And finally, he went to attack them. Yeah, that's right. We are going... Bob! After Bob died, I balled out the first one, but the second one flanked me. After missing some bolas, I got him too. This was perfect. With Bob dead, I can easily tame these raptors. So I pulled out my track arrows and began shooting them. I have to do it fast before they break free and kill me. But as I was shooting them, the first one broke free and killed me. This is not over yet. I still had a lot of resources on me, so I respawned and went back up to get my loot. As I made it up there, I saw them again. Look, raptors, all I want is my loot, so don't mind me. I'm just gonna take my... Bro, please, man, please leave me alone. I tried juking them left and right, climbing these mountains, but I didn't know the raptors were pro mountain climbers and continued hunting me down like I owed them money or something. Eventually, they did kill me. Alright, you wanna play? Let's play. I crafted a gun and went back there. With the little resources I had in base, I only made 20 bullets, but that's all I need to defeat these raptors. Oh, raptors, where are you? I have a surprise for you. After climbing the mountain, I spotted them again and wasted no time blasting it with a gun. Yeah, who? Why are they dying, bro? Bro, Apparently my gun was designed to tickle them and not kill them. I failed miserably and they killed me. Why did I just craft a pistol from Alibaba, man? What type of gun is this? I respawned back, which seemed like the 20th time, and went back there. This time I finally managed to get my stuff and get on this rock where they couldn't get me. I used this opportunity to knock them both down. Finally, I did it. Now all I need is some meat to tame them. So I went down to kill the smallest dinos I could find, and not again, man, please. I'm done. I was so close to giving up, but that's not what I'm going to do. I crafted the hatchet and went back there. On nightfall, I managed to get all my stuff, and I couldn't kill anything that was around this area, so I went back to kill the lower level raptor and use the meat to tame the higher level raptor. When he tamed, I wanted to do a tradition I've been doing for a long time. I named him after a subscriber. By the way, if you want me to name a dinosaur or any other creature from this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button. When I finished renaming him, I made my way home, but bro, what is this? The fog consumed my screen. It felt like I was in a horror game. I could not see a thing. I was afraid something was lurking in the fog. But one step at a time, I made my way. And finally, I reached home. At base, most of the metal smelt, so I made myself some metal armor and upgraded to a better weapon. Since I used most of my hide, I took my raptor and my new guns to kill some creatures to get hide so I could finally ride my first carnivore. Our first prey was this Fioma, and after we killed it, I was attacked by a Dillo, so I used my new gun and shredded it. Oh yeah, I like this new gun. Then bro, where's my raptor? Hey man, hey, come back. Hey, where you going? Come back. With him whistled to me, I ran the complete opposite direction. Ain't no way my raptor was dying to an Indominus after I just tamed him. On the other side of the mountains, I continued killing small dinosaurs till I crafted the saddle. Now we can finally explore and explore fast, not with the trike that moves as a bus. After getting on my raptor, I killed some dinosaurs to level him up fast. Then he was ready. So we headed out to the greatest adventure. And not 2 minutes in, I regretted leaving my house. Bro, is that a Rex? Yeah, let's just leave before he kills me. Now, I continued walking along the beach when I saw two dinosaurs fighting. I took this moment to third party and killed both of them. After doing so, another set of dinosaurs came, so I had to fight them too. Yeah, I'm the king now. While I was fighting the raptors, bro, who invited you? Man, shut up! First time ever, it felt so nice killing and not being hunted down and killed. Before heading out to continue my adventure, I made sure to craft some bolos. You might never know which dinosaur you might encounter. And that was a really smart move because not 2 seconds in, I was attacked by a pack of... I don't even know what this dino is, but I borrowed one of them and began fighting the other two. After I killed one of them, the other used his body to heal. Now, I really wanted to run, but nah, I was going to fight. So I pulled out my gun and began shooting him. Yeah! America! Once I ran out of bullets, I began biting him. And this was a very close battle as I was getting really bloody. But so was he, and I was not giving up that fight. The fight was really close and eventually I killed it. After that, I stayed on my place and healed up my raptor a little bit. And when he was more than half HP, I continued the journey. But not long as another one of these came out of nowhere. This time, I wanted to tame one as they seemed like they were pretty strong. So I began tranking it, the Monolophosaurus. They seemed like really good tamed and I was excited to tame one. But I was ambushed by another one and together they did a lot of damage. I knew I couldn't fight them, so I escaped barely. In safety, I took this moment to heal and look around and oh my, this island was far more dangerous than I thought. I mean, I didn't even explore 10% of it and I'm scared what I might discover. After this, I ventured to new places, encountering new dinosaurs I've never seen. But eventually, I went into the redwoods. Trees covered every inch of my vision and I could barely see anything. There, I was ambushed by dinosaurs again. But not only that, there were two huge Rexes. This was bad. I nearly got stuck, but I jumped off this cliff and my raptor just died. What? To be honest, I don't know what I was thinking jumping off an entire cliff with my raptor, but now I was being chased by foot by these two Rexes. I quickly got to the saddle and ran to the other side of the lake. I turned around and luckily I lost the aggro of the two Rexes, but there was still this Carno fighting the Monolophosaurus close to me, so I took this moment to tame the Carno. While he was distracted, I began tranking him. And eventually he started running away. I knew that he was very low, so I chased him down and I knocked him down in the water. Let's just hope he tames faster than he drowns. I grabbed my meat from the raptor's body and went to put it on the Carno when the snake came out of nowhere and attacked me. He held me in some choke and kept me there. I thought this was over. As I watched my health decrease, I thought I was going to die, but he let me go. What? What type of diabolical activities is this? Bro got me to 1 HP and then left knowing my survival would be near impossible. But I wasn't going to waste this opportunity. I stayed there and made a campfire. I cooked some meat and ate it to gain health. When I healed a little, I made my way home, avoiding every dinosaur. And against all odds, on daybreak of day 15, I finally reached home. Oh, home sweet home. I needed to relax a bit. I spent the next couple of days organizing my base and farming on my trike, where I went all the way to the top of the mountain, which had nothing interesting besides some lava, some crystals and metal, which I made sure to farm. I put all these resources in my base and crafted some narcotics. At this point, I really wanted some better tames like the Rex I saw earlier. While the metal and narcotics were being prepared, I crafted a flute. Remember how I mentioned that I googled how to tame some of these dinosaurs? Well, to tame the snake, you needed a flute, and it was a pretty simple tame. When I crafted the flute, I went out to where I last saw him, but he was gone. Damn, I really wanted to tame the snake. As I was about to go home, emerged from the water, so I used the flute and began singing a song and immediately got his attention. After he grabbed me, I began taming him. By looking at his head movement and pressing the buttons correlating to the shapes he was making, this allowed me to tame him slowly and slowly. And over time, I finally tamed him. This would be huge. This changed everything, as he was very strong, mobile and fast. Now I just needed to craft his saddle. And I also realized that you could put a gun and a hat on him and use him like you're some cowboy. Yeah, we're definitely going to be doing that. But before I get ahead of myself, I needed more hide for his saddle. So I made some ammo and trunks and handed out to kill some dinosaurs for hide. Not far from my base, I was attacked by a level 130 raptor, and I took this moment to tame him. After knocking him out, his friends came out of nowhere, so I ended him. After that, I put the meat in the raptor and waited for him to tame. While taming, another raptor attacked me, but with my new gun, I easily killed it. My new snake was so cool too. I couldn't wait to ride them. When the raptor tamed, I went home to craft a saddle when I saw the pack of aloes near my base. Oh no. If I'm quick, I think I can get the resources I need for the saddle without being noticed. But before I went, I noticed the snake wasn't following me. Instead, he was just chilling there. After I came to inspect what was the problem, I found that he was holding some random baby raptor. Yo, leave the baby, bro. Come on. Let's just go home. Oh no. Bro, leave the baby. Bro, leave the baby, run! I tried everything, but it was too late. The Rex began attacking the snake. I pulled out my gun and blasted him, but nothing happened. I tried checking his settings, hoping he would let go of the raptors and we could run, but it was too late. My snake was mauled to death by the Rex. Oh no. I ran as fast as I could home, dodging his attacks, but I knew I could not outrun him. I had to get home. After he broke all of my armor, I made it barely home. I closed the door and hoped he would leave me alone. Luckily, unlike the Indominus Rex, he could not damage my house. I waited for some time, but he was not leaving anytime soon, so I put all of my stuff on the trike and led him away. But I got spawn camped and insta-died. I respawned thinking he would still be there. Luckily, he was far. I took this time to farm up as I had an insane idea. I really wanted to tame this Rex, and I think I could if I trapped him in a gate close to my base. After getting all the resources and crafting the gates, I placed them down. Now all I needed to do was lure him in, close the gates, and track him down. I shot an arrow at him, angering him. He came to me and roared at me with his stanky breath. As I was about to close the trap, turns out he could fit through the gates. Bruh. I thought I was dead and all hope was gone, but that's when he got himself stuck somehow. I used the moment to place the final gate, trapping him in between both of the other gates. This way he was fully trapped, and I began tranking him. He did not like this, and he kept staring me down. I'm not gonna lie, this was kind of scary. If he somehow escaped, he was definitely going to kill me. After putting around over 100 arrows in him, I was scared that he might die, so I went back to base to craft a magnifying glass to see how close he was to being knocked out. So when please guys, I just want oh, no. The aloes aggroed on me and wanted to kill me. And bro, what do I even do? What is this? I knew I had no other option to lead them away, so I put all my stuff away and ran, but got insta-killed. Hopefully when I respawn, they all leave me alone. When I respawned, they were still munching on my base. I tried to do the same tactic again, running from my base as far as I can, thinking they were following me, but they didn't even care. However, when I left, I noticed that the Rex got killed, and yes, this was perfect. If I somehow tamed the Rex, I could use him to kill the Carnos camping my base. All I needed to do was just get some meat in his inventory, but apparently that's not how you tame the Rex. I found out about that much later, but right now I was very confused as to why I couldn't open his inventory. But that's when I had enough and paused the game, thinking my game was glitched out. I googled on how to tame this Rex, and turned out it was a whole different taming process, which I will mention later down the video. Getting back on track, I went to the islands trying to lead them away, but they killed me. Okay, you wanna play this game? I respawned and grabbed my gun and started plowing them, mag after mag, and I realized I ran out of bullets before I even damaged one of them. I made more bullets, and this time I needed a more powerful gun, like the double barrel shotgun. When I crafted it, I again started blasting them, and it did nothing. After crafting it, I ran away, and the first things first, I wanted to kill this Rex. As he woke up, I knew that I was done for. When I killed the Rex, I focused my targets on the allos, but they just didn't care. I had no idea what to do. So I went back to my base, barely surviving their dangerous attacks. There I scraped my base for gunpowder to make more bullets and arrows. So I began slowly and killing them, arrow by arrow. And after about 20 minutes, I gave up. There was nothing I could do. There was 4 of them and 20 minutes of shooting. I couldn't even kill one of them. I tried one more time leading them away, but I died. Since I died so many times, my bed had a respawn timer, so I decided to spawn somewhere new. The snow biome. The snow. I haven't, bro, I just spawned here, man. You know what? I guess I'll just spawn on the beach. After I spawned on the beach, I realized that nowhere on this island was safe. Everywhere was death and carnage. I continued running and gathering when I saw these dinosaurs. I thought they were going to kill me, but turns out they were very friendly. I came close to them and they were passive teams. This was perfect. All I needed is some meat. I could easily kill them. I spotted this turtle killing this dildo and I waited for them to kill him. After then, I grabbed his meat and began taming this dino. I insta-tamed him as he was very low level. Wow, I already got a new dinosaur? But the other one began attacking me for no reason. I tried taming him too, but only got to 50%. After he attacked me, he ran away. I chased him down as I knew I could easily tame him. And after feeding him, he was mine. This was huge. With these two, maybe I could finally go back to my house and kill the allos. I searched their saddle, which, to be honest, wasn't that expensive. I began gathering the items for their saddles, as there was no way I could make them follow me all the way back home without dying. While farming, this Baryonyx came out of nowhere and killed me. But I wasn't worried, as I had 2 huge dinosaurs that could easily kill the Spino wannabe. I respawned back in the beach and went to the place I died. When I arrived, I saw them chilling there. That means they easily killed the Baryonyx. These guys might actually stand a chance against the allos. My hopes were high, so I didn't waste any time and began crafting a pickaxe. And I was about to What? This guy came back from the dead? Yeah, you know what? I'm not even worried about him. Kill him. What? Why did they just run away? Hell, dinos? I whistled them to fight the Baryonyx and just needed to wait till they kill him. But the Baryonyx was prime Jake Paul. He killed my level 14 and then later killed the level 74. And honestly, I could do nothing but watch from top of this mountain as he just murdered my 2 dinosaurs. I had no words. Why are these dinosaurs as strong as a dodo bird? I mean, this isn't even the Spinosaurus. This is the Spinosaurus' long-lost sister. This guy might be able to 1v1 Godzilla. I left all of that behind and swam across the river where I saw a Rex. And I realized that to tame the Rex, you don't need to do anything. You just need to grab a dead body and drag it to him so he feeds on it. With the beach having so many animals fighting, I was bound to find a dead animal just laying there. So I went to find a dead animal, and I was right. I found this dead Ptera and grabbed his body. Now what I was about to do was very risky. But again, I had nothing to lose. I mean, I was naked on the beach. I dragged his body all the way to the Rex and presented to him. The Rex was angry, letting out a vicious roar. I thought I was cooked. I was done for. But as he approached me, he ate the piranha and walked away. I'm not gonna lie, my pants were filled with poop. But now the Rex was being tamed. I just have to do this process over and over. So I quickly ran trying to find another dead carcass. I went to the same place I found the dead body. Maybe whoever killed it killed another, and oh no. I guess I found my answer to who killed that Ptera. I turned around and continued on my path. As scary as Indominus Rex is, I was really on a mission and really wanted to tame this Rex. I searched everywhere, but I could not find anything, and as I was about to give up, I saw the sheep. I knew I could easily kill it, so I beat it with my axe and dragged his body all the way to the Rex. I waited and waited for him to eat it, but he just wouldn't. Eventually he came up to me and I pressed E to feed him. He was getting closer and closer to being tamed. I could feel myself riding this Rex and killing those allos that were spawn camping me. I waited for him to be hungry again, and after he roared, he came to me and I fed him. Now I just needed to get enough kills with the T-Rex for him to be finally mine. After killing these stegos that were close to the beach, I have finally tamed the Rex. Oh my, finally. I was so happy. I whistled the Rex to a safer place and made him stay there. My base was way too far for me to walk him back home, and with the Indominus Rex being close by, he might actually kill him. Only way was for me to bring a saddle back to the Rex and ride him back home. So I made myself into a snack for these pteranodons and respawned back to base where these allos were still. Whoa, how long has it been? But to be honest, I didn't care that much. All I needed to do was craft a Rex saddle and head back out to the Rexes. I repaired my armor and ran from my base, but one of them chased me. Luckily, it was a low level, so I killed him with my shotgun. This was kind of perfect because I was still low on hide and I needed that for the Rex saddle. I spent some time killing some small dinos close to my base to get some hide, and after I had enough, I ran inside successfully and crafted the saddle. Now I have everything. I just needed to reach the Rex. I rushed out again, but one of them followed me again. I tried running and outmaneuvering him, but he was too fast, so I pulled out my gun and shot him. This was kind of bad as I only had 2 bullets and a long journey ahead of me, but I knew I was getting to that Rex no matter what. On nightfall of day 27, I ventured out. Now, at this moment, I had a brilliant idea. Why run all this way? Instead, I could fly. So I turned around and climbed up to the giant volcano. There, I crafted a parachute. I thought, why don't I jump off the ledge, deploy my parachute, and this would cut down my journey by half as I was just be flying in the air. So I jumped off and deployed my parachute and off we went, soaring through the skies and admiring the beauty, the nightlife. When I landed, I continued running. I heard scary roars and noises all around me, but I did not stop. Eventually, I climbed another cliff and I jumped there too, deploying my parachute. On daybreak, I had arrived near the Rex. Oh my god, I cannot believe I actually managed to do this. But as the Rex was in my vision, I was being chased by another Rex. He was eating me up. I was so close. I sprinted towards my Rex. No, come on, please. I opened his inventory, put his saddle, and rode him with a sliver of health. I used my Rex to kill the other Rex, and wow, that was so close. And just like that, I owned a Rex. Now, nothing could get in my way. This Rex, I'm not gonna lie, was cool. His roar, amazing. I tested his strength by killing a dinosaur that was near the beach and I annihilated him. Power I could feel. I was unstoppable. And look at this Rex. He was so majestic. Now, all I had to do was get back home. And to be honest, I think it shouldn't be that hard. I mean, I literally have one of the strongest dinosaurs at my disposal. Or so I thought. I slowly made my way through the dense jungle, killing anything in my way and leveling him up. Eventually, I made it to the swamp where I was attacked by an army of leeches, dinosaurs, but I managed to outpower them all. From the swamp, I entered the redwoods and a Thylo attacked me, getting me very low, but I managed to kill him. I took this time to heal up, and after getting him more than half HP, I continued my way through the redwoods. I was minding my business when I heard something. Oh no, can it be? Oh no, I know that noise. To make things worse, my stamina ran out and my worst nightmare came true. Bro, please, I just hit the place. How on earth was I supposed to run with no stamina? I couldn't even kill him because I was very low health. Like, what do I even do at this point? I didn't even kill him and just accepted my fate. It felt like the whole universe was against me, like no Tame was surviving, but this just fueled me more. This motivated me more, making me more angry. I was going to tame the strongest dinosaurs, and even if they died, I was going to tame better and stronger ones. I respawned close by and went to get my stuff. After getting them, I noticed a snake, which I really wanted to tame, but this Wolverine started attacking me, and I died. I respawned and the allos were still there. Now, I really wanted to retrieve my loot, so I just ran away, and this time they actually followed me, so I led them away. I promised you, I'm going to kill all these allos and cook them and eat their meat. When I respawned again and I crafted another shotgun with some ammo, I was done playing around. I needed to lock in. I spotted the Rex close to my house, and I knew I really wanted to tame him as they were pretty simple tames. Using my shotgun, I needed to kill something to feed. After killing whatever dino this is, I dragged his body to the Rex. Yes, you will be mine. But the Rex apparently had a mind of its own and began attacking me. Since when did his taming change? Bro, eat the food! I ran away from it and luckily it lost its aggro on me. After some time, I came back to the Rex, but he was still mad at me. Bro, what did I even do? To make things worse, the allo joined the Rex and together they killed me. At this point, it was personal. I was preying on the allo's downfall. I respawned and made more bullets. While that was crafting, I went to get my old body and nah, This is a joke. Now I'm gonna skip this part because it kind of gets repetitive, but all I did was just try to get my loot and I kept dying over and over and over. But eventually, day 27, I got my stuff back and led the allos away. Now I was focusing on taming the Rex. I looked everywhere, but he was gone. However, the next best thing was this dinosaur. I still don't know what it's called, so let me know in the comments. And I knew that these dinosaurs were a very easy tame, and after nearly dying to him, I managed to tame him. I spent the rest of day 27 getting stuff for his saddle. In the middle of the night of day 28, I crafted this saddle, and I immediately put it on and went on an adventure. And wow, this guy was fast. I mean, really fast, and I liked it. I wanted to explore new areas I've never seen, so I began climbing the volcano when I saw an Alpha Raptor stuck. And after what they did to me, I knew I wanted to kill it, and it was a pretty easy kill, to be honest. After killing it, I got some pretty cool tools. On top of the volcano, I farmed some stones as I needed them for more ammo, and after doing so, I headed back to base where I saw the T-Rex. This time, I was going to tame it. I knew I was not letting it get away. Fortunate for me, I saw a raptor beside it, which was perfect. But when I used my spyglass to see the level of the T-Rex, I noticed that this was an Alpha T-Rex. This meant that I could not have tamed it. You see, alpha creatures are so powerful that it was impossible for me to tame them. But I still didn't give up taming a T-Rex because I knew the next one I saw I was definitely going to tame them. I spent the next couple of days working on the base farming, but while I was doing, I spotted the level 140 Rex. This was perfect. The moment I've been waiting for all this time. I used Gilbert, my dinosaur, to kill a raptor and dragged its body to the Rex. When some bug ate it. My second attempt, I managed to kill another raptor, barely surviving, and dragged it to him. But I guess this T-Rex just had his dinner or something, because he was just not eating. He wasn't even looking at me. I was so confused. Maybe he thought he wasn't hungry. So I left that and came back in the morning of day 30. I brought the raptor and the T-Rex just killed me. I was so confused. I have no idea what type of bipolar behavior this T-Rex was giving me. I respawned and continued killing smaller dinosaurs to try to tame him. But as this T-Rex was approaching me, he was about to eat and these bugs ate it and he aggroed on me. I respawned and continued trying, killing this Carno and dragging it, and then finally ate it. I just needed one more. I waited a bit and then the T-Rex came to me. I thought he wanted me to feed him, which I was correct, but he wanted raw mutton. But where am I supposed to get raw mutton from? Instead, I just ran away, hoping he would change his mind or leave me alone so I could drag another dinosaur at him. But he followed me. As he approached me, I held E and saw the option to pet him, and I did, and his taming went up. Yes, this is so perfect. I'm so close. I waited and waited, and eventually he came to me again for the last time, and when I petted, I was able to ride him. I knew exactly where I wanted to go. I was going to kill those allos, but I saw these two dinosaurs and I began attacking them. While fighting them, two Rexes came to third party. This was a bit dangerous because I didn't know if I could take on 4 dinosaurs at once, but I had no other option, so I continued fighting. As I watched my health go down, I thought this was over, but I was able to tame him. But the worst thing happened. Since I tamed him, I was kicked off his back and I was eaten. Now the T-Rex was fighting all alone. I respawned quickly and tried to help him, but the raptor prevented me from doing so. I tried running away, but I was killed. So I respawned again and went to see, but the T-Rex managed to kill everything. Damn, this guy is a monster. I whistled him to follow me to somewhere safe. Now, right now, I didn't have enough for his saddle, so that was my #1 priority. I went back to my old strategy, killing the smallest dinos possible near my house, trying to get height for the Rex saddle. And by the way, I just want to point out, in all of this, Gilbert died to a raptor while this was happening, but I could care less. I had an entire Rex with me. On day 33, I managed to get all the resources for the saddle and crafted it. I was so excited. After crafting his saddle, I came outside to see him getting attacked by the raptors, and he wasn't even fighting back. I put on the saddle and killed the raptor. That was a close one. I nearly got a Rex killed to a raptor. After equipping his saddle, I entered my base and repaired my armor and made some new ones, and by morning I was ready to adventure, to tame some new dinos. And with my new insanely overpowered Rex, I had some protection. Close to my base, I saw another T-Rex and I easily destroyed it. Nothing was going to stop me. I continued my adventure when I spotted more Rexes, and again, I easily destroyed them too, but this time they had babies with them. I felt bad and imprinted on the babies, and as I was doing so, an allo came. This guy was in a lot of trouble. This was a terrible move, my friend. I got a Rex behind me, and before killing it, he killed one of the babies, but Honestly, I didn't care as he was low level. But after killing him, I was so happy. My revenge on killing the Allos began today, and I was going to hunt down every single Allosaurus and destroy them, wipe them out from this island. After killing the Allo, I whistled the only surviving baby to home, and by this point, I wanted to start ticking off some of the items from the list. I mean, we already did tick off the Taming the dinosaur, but there were still other dinosaurs I needed to tick off. But an easy one was to make a bigger and better base. I made the decision to move bases right there and there. Now, I was going to stay in the same location, but just make a bigger, better base and not this 2x1 dirt shack. So I grabbed a lot of resources and began making my thatch outline of how I wanted the base to look. With my 2 Rexes, I knew I was very safe and nothing would be able to kill me, so I built without any worry. For the next 2 days, all I did was place foundations and gather resources for my base. And on day 36, this is what I had. I had insane plans for the base, and this was going to be one of the craziest YouTuber mansions you guys have seen. So make sure to stick around to see how it turns out, and let me know in the comments if you guys like it. All this base work made me very bored, so I paused for a little bit and went on a side mission with my Rex. This time, I wanted to tame some cool dinosaurs in this island. I had a lot of cool stuff that I haven't yet explored. On my adventure, I just spent the entire day killing dinosaurs. However, time fell and night came around. That's when scarier and meaner dinosaurs came around. Because when I was ore farming with the Rex, I spotted 2 Indominus Rexes. I'm not even going near them. Last time they folded me in milliseconds. I'm dipping. I turned around and went into the woods. It seemed more peaceful and quieter. I continued going and found nothing special besides these blue drops, which had nothing interesting in them. I wasn't finding anything good until I found the Nososaurus. These were lizards that were mutated with electricity and had electrical powers. They were insane. They were so cool, but you needed generators to tame them, which I didn't have, so I left. But I was definitely coming back to tame them. As I made my way, I found this cool ledge and I did some aura point activation. I continued my adventure, thinking there was nothing cool to tame when I saw a snake. This time I definitely wanted to tame him, so I pulled out my flute and easily tamed it. I named him Samuel after my subscriber. Beside the snake, I saw a Gigantoraptor. I really wanted to tame them, but till now I have no idea how to tame them. I tried doing so, but I failed, so I had to kill them. If you guys know how to tame them, please let me know down in the comments below. After that, I decided to go home. However, my snake kept getting stuck and I wasn't bothered taking him all the way with, and instead I rather tame another snake on my way back home, so I left him there. Close to my base, I spotted another snake and I thought this was perfect. I really wanted to tame him, but he got quick scoped by a Theory. Then I guess I'm just gonna go home. While heading home, I spotted the same dinosaurs that nearly killed me when I was with my raptor. I think this time to tame them because they were kind of useful, and who knows, maybe they had secret ability that I didn't know, so I bolled it and knocked it out. I took some meat from my Rex to try to tame him, but he wouldn't let me enter his inventory. And this dumb dinosaur! After I killed it, I noticed it had 2 babies, so I imprinted on them and placed the meat in them. Before heading home, I had noticed another dire bear with his family, so I killed him and adopted his babies. I put them all in a circle and left them, as I really didn't feel like whistling 4 babies back to my base. Close to my base, I saw a yellow drop and I wanted to open it, but there was a Carno protecting it. So after I killed it, turns out it had a baby. I imprinted it and it was a level 140. Now the same way I left the dire bear, I left him too. This was kind of a test. If he could survive these harsh lands, then it means he was worthy to come back to base and live in my house. When I reached home, I noticed another Rex there and I thought this would be an amazing time to tame him. So I killed the dinosaur with my own Rex and fed it. Now I just need to do this over and over, and I did eventually tame him. And this was kind of perfect too, as they were male and female, so I bred them. While the Rexes were, you know, I continued building my base. A while later, they laid an egg and I took it. I didn't want to hatch it now, as there was no point, and besides, where was I going to hatch it? So I put the Rex on my trike and continued farming for my base. I spent the rest of the day building the base and turning it into stone. I wanted this to be amazing, beautiful base ever, to be like my Fortress of Solitude, to be the best and most powerful, durable base you've ever seen. So I spent night and day building my Mona Lisa. After being around 80% done with the base, I knew I needed the break. But before that, I spent a little time adding decoration like these torches and crafted new stuff like smithy, fabricator, and storage space. On day 51, I had enough. I'm not gonna lie, the base was looking good and I was very happy with it. I still had crazy plans for it, so stick around to see how it turns out. Getting back on track, after farming and building for a couple of days, I needed to kill some dinosaurs with my T-Rex. So on the brink of sunrise, I headed to the top of the volcano so I could get a better view of what area I would like to go next. As I reached to the top, a thick fog covered my whole screen. I was scared. I had no idea what was there or where I was even going. I slowly made my way, hoping no Indominus Rex would jump scare me or any other big dino, but luckily I made it out, and as I did, I saw a tail. Is that a Rex? I pulled out my spawn glass and read the name, Desolation Titan. Huh? I knew that no matter what dinosaur had the Desolation Titan name was going to stand on business. To my luck, it seemed to be stuck, but I didn't get closer as I was scared it might get unstuck and kill me. I mean, look at it. He looked like a monster. He was thick. When there, I googled how to tame him, and apparently to tame this tank, you need to damage it either with a dinosaur or a strong weapon. Once you have dealt enough damage, it will go into a berserker mode, and this turns him into prime ISO speed. After he crashes out, he'll get knocked out for 15 seconds, and then you can feed him, increasing his taming efficiency, and doing this process over and over, you'll be able to tame him. With this information, I wanted to see if my Rex had the power to damage him enough to get him into his berserk stage and possibly tame him. But before doing so, I needed to make sure he was strapped 100%. So I went back to base, crafted myself some metal gates, and went back up there. Now, I wasn't sure whether he was fast, strong, or what he was in general. So as I came close, he got angry and let out a roar. Before I placed out my gates, I realized that he was properly stuck, so I didn't place them down. Instead, I began biting him and quickly got humbled. I knew I wouldn't be able to tame him. Instead, just to be sure, I placed down my gates, trapping him. I went further down the line and pulled out my crossbow, and I was going to damage him like this, as my Rex could not survive his attacks. I mean, this guy was only level 10, and he was destroying my level 200 Rex. While shooting him, a fog covered my screen, and bro, please man, not now. With the fog covering my screen, I had no idea where he was or if I was even shooting him. Instead, I thought it was a better idea if I just leave. What if he just escapes his trap and just decimates me? As I continued walking slowly and slowly, eventually I escaped, and wow, I wasn't going back there, well, at least not yet, as the fog made it impossible to see anything. I made my way to this valley. At first, it didn't seem to have anything special, but as I went more in, I saw a Titanosaur, the most powerful herbivore on the island. I definitely wanted to tame, but not now. Now my eyes were caught on this thing. I had no idea what they were or how to even tame them, so I searched them up, and it was a pretty easy tame. All you needed was a cannon. Yes, a cannon. I have no idea what type of dinosaur requires a cannon to tame, but hey, I'm not complaining as they were pretty cheap. I crafted metal traps too and made my way back. When I arrived, I cleared out the area from dangerous dinosaurs in case they attack while I'm taming him. Then I picked the highest level and killed the other two. After I wanted to trap it over here but moved faster over here and thought he was some hero, I clapped him easily with my Rex. Finally, I did manage to trap him, which wasn't that hard to be honest. All I needed to do now was to shoot cannonballs in his face. Pause. I thought this would be easy, but my guy kept using his spidey sense and dodging my balls. But eventually I did knock him out, and now all I had to do was just feed him. I hope nothing kills it while it was taming. In the meantime, I collected my trap and went out venturing more. Luckily, close by I saw a Brachiosaurus, and to tame these beasts, all you needed to do to tame them is when they were up on their 2 feet, bite their toes until they get knocked out. I tried doing that, and let's just say I was not successful. I spent the rest of the day killing stuff, but nothing special to be honest. So I went back to base and crafted the saddle to that tank or whatever it's called, as he was close to taming. On the way back to my tame, I didn't feel like taking the Rex, and instead I just jumped off the cliff using my parachute. I wanted to ride him back to base and test out his abilities on the way. When I reached, he was finally tamed. I put on his saddle and rode him, and I'm not gonna lie, I love him. He was so cool. I mean, he was literally a whole tank. When I ran with him, every rock, every tree, everything was getting crushed and destroyed. Nothing could stop this fierce tank. I felt like a medieval prince. After testing his moves and abilities, I went home and spent the rest of the day hatching the Rex eggs, which at this point I had 2 as I bred them again. And after I hatched them, I continued working on the base while caring for the Rexes. However, after this, something devastating happened. After I finished base touch-ups, I logged off in real life and logged back in, and I forgot to update the Rex mod, and all of my Rexes were gone. I was heartbroken, devastated. All those hours spent taming, breeding the Rexes, and they're just gone. My babies, my boy. But I didn't let that discourage me. I took this opportunity to tame better, stronger Rexes. On the bright side, I still did have some of my tames like this tank. So the first thing I did was get on tank and go to try to tame new dinosaurs. I ran inside the forest. Nothing could stop me. I crushed everything, breaking every tree and every rock. I traveled my way through the beach and into the redwoods, and from there I went to the jungle, where I stopped as I spotted the Majungasaurus. These vicious beasts may look small, but they do pack a punch. So I stopped, trapped one, and began taming him. Luckily, he didn't require these quadratic formula equations like some of these dinosaurs required to tame. He was a simple knockout tame, and after doing so, he tamed pretty quick. Since I couldn't make his saddle, I left him there, and I was going to come back after him. I continued my way down the river when... no way. The Spinosaurus. This was my first time seeing the Spino, and I was not leaving here until I tamed one, so I began taming him. His taming is pretty straightforward. All you needed to do was drop fish meat on his face without aggroing him. But this was a little bit harder than it seemed, as I kept messing up over and over and eventually came up with a 200 IQ plan. I built this physically possible tower so I could drop fish on his head without getting aggroed, and after 4 fish he had tamed. Oh, he looked so cool! And while I was admiring his beauty, a T-Rex came out of nowhere trying to ambush us, but he got put to bed. Woof! I couldn't wait to ride him. He seemed so strong. As I was going home, I noticed a high-level Rex, and I knew I couldn't pass up this opportunity to tame him. So I lured this Majungasaurus and used my tank and Spinosaurus to kill them. But I was stunned to find out these Majungasaurus stood on business. They were taking me down. But thankfully, I did manage to kill one, and I dragged his body over to the Rex, who seemed like he went to a different continent. But I did follow his voice, and bro, taming a Rex in the pitch black was something I did not know I would be afraid of. But like, bro, just look at this! Yeah, I definitely pooped myself. I went back to the Spino to get the meat from him and crafted the torch, as I'm not experiencing this again. But on my way back, random chickens started attacking me. This startled the Rex and he killed me. But no worries, as I made sleeping beds near me so I could easily respawn. I just hope his taming doesn't go down, and when I respawned, I was relieved to find out it didn't. After I got my meat, I tracked him down and waited for him to approach me, but he never did. Maybe he just needed another sacrifice. So I went back to my Spino, where I found a dead Titanoboa, and I dragged it to the Rex and waited for him to eat me, but he wouldn't. To make things worse, these mosquitoes came and just ate the Titanoboa. At this point, I had no idea what to do. Why don't you eat, you dumb lizard? Bro, I'm sorry. Oh, never mind. He was just running away. Yeah, you better run, you dumb prehistoric crocodile. I followed him for some time, but he never approached me. However, then a pack of Majungasaurus attacked me, and I took this to trap one of them and knocked out the higher level while killing the lower. I dragged the lower level to feed the T-Rex. Maybe he will eat this time, and he did! Finally! After this, I spent the next 20 minutes trying to tame the T-Rex. What do you mean you don't want me to move? I followed every single step that it to do, and after that it allowed me to ride it. So I went on a killing spree, finally taming it. I whistled it back to the Spino and tank, and by then my Majungasaurus did tame too, and this guy ugly as that. Bro, I regret taming him. Now I did have kind of a problem. I had 4 huge dinosaurs I needed to get back to base, and whistling them would be a nightmare. So I needed to think of a better plan. Why don't I just craft a raft and put them all on the boat? So I did that. I got all the resources to get a boat and I placed it down. If I was a dinosaur on the island and I saw this, I would poop myself. This was aura. But not for long, as the tight narrow passage of the river meant that my dinosaurs kept falling off or the boat kept getting stuck. And after I kept replacing them on the boat like 20 times, I had enough and built a huge foundation on the boat, giving us a lot of space. But that still didn't help, as the lake was too narrow. I guess I had no other option but to just whistle them home. And it did take me like an entire day 63, but other than that, I had no problem and made it home safely. And surprisingly, every single one of my dinosaurs made it back. At home, I really wanted to ride the Spinos, so I learned his saddle, and it required silica pearls, and they were only found in the snow biome. But before going out, I spotted an otter near my house and quickly tamed him. I mean, look at him, he's just so cool. After that, I took my Monophylosaurus, as the Rex was too chunky and I needed something quick. I needed to go get the silica pearls and come back. As I approached the snow biome, I spotted an acro. These were one of the most badass dinosaurs, but taming them was like getting Town Hall 17 max level. I was definitely going to tame them, but not right now. I needed silica pearls. As I was trying to find out its location, I experienced something I wouldn't wish on my worst nightmares. Oh no! Indominus Rex camouflaging out of nowhere and scaring me wasn't something I expected. I did everything, maneuvering, running, but he was too fast. I knew I had to do one thing. I dismounted my Monophylosaurus and ran. While he was distracting the Indominus Rex, I maybe had a chance of running away and surviving, and that worked. Unfortunately, my mono died, but I was still alive. I'll never forget you. I will never What was his name again? Being on foot made things difficult. Now I had to be extra safe, but I managed eventually to find some silica pearls and gather them. Now I just needed to get back to base without dying. Besides a minor raptor attack, which I easily defended myself, I made home safely. But that's when an army of Majungasaurus attacked me. I'm so close! No! Now you guys are dead! Not so tough now, huh? In the middle of the night, I crafted the Spino saddle and oh, yes, I could finally live out my childhood dream. Oh my, this was sick! Especially him roaring at night. I knew I wanted to take him out hunting some dinosaurs. But before that, I waited till morning and crafted a scuba as I wanted to explore the ocean. You see, these last 60 plus days, I spent exploring the island, but there was an entire different world down under. On daybreak, I grabbed my Spino and headed out. To be honest, I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to go to the snow as I needed some organic polymer and to explore the snow. So I made it to the beach and from there swam to the depth of the ocean. And besides Megalodon, I didn't find anything cool. I didn't stay in the ocean long as bro. What is this? I couldn't see anything. This gave me eerie vibes, especially the noises I kept hearing. Yeah, I do not like the ocean. I'm good. After my little exploration, I grabbed some oil and went to the snow. With the Spino's ability, I was able to not freeze and stay on the snow for some long period of time. In the snow, I spotted a level 145 Tyrannosaurus Rex. I knew I wanted to tame it, so I trapped it, and I was about to knock it out, but some pig attacked me. And while my Spino was trying to defend me and kill the pig, it damaged the UT heavily. I knew that if I tried to tame it, it will just kill it eventually, so I didn't bother wasting my arrows and killed it. Besides that, there was nothing much in the snow, so I went back to the ocean. I really wanted to find a Mosasaurus, and I knew they swam the depth of these oceans, so I spent hours searching for them. As I was about to give up, I saw them. I swam up, but then I lost them. No, what? Oh, I wanted to guide them towards the beach so I could build a trap and name them possibly. But for that, I needed metal behemoth gauge, so I went back to base to craft them. While metal was smelting, I realized I was on day 67 and I still didn't have any strong dinosaur. I mean, I do have the Spino and Rex, but compared to some of the monsters that I saw on this island, they were nothing. So I really wanted the Indominus Rex. After crafting what I needed to incubate him, I began crafting all the tools required to make his genome. Once I crafted them, I reorganized my base and placed them down. And I'll skip the boring stuff, but I basically spent the rest of the day collecting all the resources needed for the Indominus Rex. Soon enough, I had all the genomes. Now I just needed a Rex egg. And since my Rex got removed because of the mod glitch, I needed to tame another female Rex so I could breed them and get the egg. At nightfall, I was about to leave my base. But what on earth are you doing? Before leaving to tame another Rex, I crafted a snake saddle as I really wanted to tame one. And this time I was definitely going to do. I could not go 100 days without riding the snake. When I got my saddle, I got on my Rex and headed out. After so long, we finally might able to get the Indominus Rex. I can't believe it. All those deaths would finally pay off and I would be able to destroy any dinosaur on my path. As I was walking along the river, I spotted a snake slithering along and I thought this was the perfect moment to tame one. So I pulled out my flute and sang for him. Using my amazing flute skills, I finally tamed him, put him on a saddle so I could ride him. Finally, after like 70 days, I can finally ride this. To make the moment special, I left my T-Rex and decided to use my snake instead of my Rex. I mean, there was no way anything was strong enough to kill my Rex. I mean, maybe the Indominus Rex, but the area seemed peaceful. So I saddled up and went on my way to find the female Rex. Honestly speaking, I really love the snake. He wasn't as strong as the Rex or as fast as the other dinosaurs, but he was so cool. He had two modes, one of them where he stands up and the other one where he crawls on the floor. And probably my favorite thing was his ability to use X-ray vision. This way I felt like a true cold-blooded serpent. I could see things that I couldn't in the darkness of the night. I continued going down the river, killing anything to try to level up the snake. But I knew I still needed to be careful as the snake wasn't that strong. But to my luck, As I turned around this corner, I saw an Indominus Rex, but luckily it did not aggro on me. But these damn aloes, man, get off me! I easily killed one of them, and as I was about to kill the other one, the Indominus charged me. What do? I'm getting comboed over here. He pinned me against the wall and began brutally killing me. I knew I had one option, the same one I kept using. I dismounted my snake and whistled him aggro, but not before the Indominus stunned me. As I was there watching my snake get mauled, couldn't do anything. After the stun timer went away, I ran. And no, I can never get to keep a dinosaur. After the Indo killed the snake, he aggroed on me, but easily got distracted on something. I managed to run away. This was bad. Now I was on foot getting hunted by the raptors and any other dinosaurs. But thankfully, because of my shotgun, I was able to kill them. The night was dark and I knew my only way to survive was to get back to my Rex. And the safest way was to climb this mountain and parachute, avoiding all the dinosaurs down below and get to my Rex. As I climbed the mountain, I stumbled upon an old structure that looked like it was from the old settlers on this island. I wonder what happened to them. Maybe they're still alive. As night fully set, I crafted the torch to illuminate my next step. I explored the ruins trying to find answers or anything at that point, but I found nothing. I kept climbing up and following the steps of the ruins and who invited this guy? As I climbed to the top of the mountain, I remembered this place. This is where I built my first house. The raptors. Maybe after all this time I could finally avenge the alpha raptor that killed me. As the sun began rising, I hunted for that damn raptor. I knew I wanted revenge. And is that the Indoraptor? Oh hell no! That boy evolved to an Indoraptor. Since when can he do that? I tried getting closer without aggroing the Indoraptor. Maybe if I'm lucky there would be a way to tame it. I don't know how. I don't know, I was praying somehow. So I went around this mountain, parkouring around these rocks, trying to sneak up to it. There it is, the Indo. Oh my! I yeeted out of the mountain, deploying my parachute. I am not fighting that or even going close to him. Since I parachuted the wrong way to my Rex, I decided I wanted to explore that island, and legends call it the Carno Island for its uninhabitable conditions. And if I was going to find the Rex, this would be the perfect place. So as I slowly glided towards it, I realized that I wouldn't be able to make it and I'd have to swim. But luckily, nothing was there in the water besides some fish. As I made it on my island, I reloaded my shotgun and prepared for what was to come. If I wanted to tame the Rex, this would definitely be the perfect place. I began killing anything close to me using my shotgun, and after doing so, oh, I spotted a baby Carno. I ain't here for no baby Carno. I needed the big, strongest Rex. As I went deeper into the belly of the beast, soon enough I did spot a Rex, and I dragged the Carnos I killed earlier to it. This should be easy if nothing comes up and kills me. I followed the Rex and eventually rode him to kill some dinosaur, and boom, just like that we had tamed the Rex. Now I somehow had to get this Rex with no saddle back to the main island. How was I going to do that? I don't know. I whistled my Rex and brought him to the corner of the island, and as I was making my way, I saw a new dinosaur I had never spotted before, the Dino Crest. I noticed he was very low level, and I thought this would be a perfect time to try to tame him. So I left my Rex to tank the bites, and I blasted him with trance. And I guess this isn't how you tame him, as he died. What a weak dinosaur. On the edge of the island, I was thinking on how I would escape this island, but then I spotted a level 130 Rex, and beside it was another Dino Crest. I guess this was my opportunity to try to tame him again. I googled how to tame him, and to tame him you just needed to knock him out. Maybe I was just doing something wrong. I put my Rex on passive and tried to tame it again. I made myself to the top of this rock, and god damn, oh my days, this hole, I carried you, bro. At this point I was getting really low, so I ran into the water and swam under. Got your nose. You can't get me here. Yeah, little bro. Oh no, I'm sorry. Swim down. Swaying down made it so that he couldn't reach me, and this was a cool tactic. If I stayed in the water, shot him, and swam down, maybe I had a chance of taming him. I kept doing this, but then eventually he turned into Flash and killed me. Day 76, I respawned in the middle of the night and ran back to my ex. Oh, Texie, how I have missed you. With my new Rex, I made my way all the way to the edge of the island where I crafted a raft and headed back. I'm a pirate now. With my new Rex, I would challenge anyone on that island I dared. When I reached the island, I spotted my old Rex, and Texie already started getting rizzy. So I made them breed, as the whole reason I tamed this new dinosaur was to get the X so I could get the Indominus Rex. While they were You know, I ran to get my old stuff. The Dino Crest was still close by. Maybe this time I'll try to tame him again. I continued tranking him and everything was going smoothly until he literally came inside me. I barely survived and I've had enough at this point. You know what? I came back to pick up the Rex and humbled this damn looking at dinosaur with my Rexes. After that, I put both of my Rexes on the raft and sailed back home. And damn, this journey took 2 whole days. Man, this raft was so slow. I felt like giving up so many times, but eventually I did make it to the shore of my base and whistled them back to base. There I organized all my dinosaurs and went on a farm run, but you guys aren't here for that, so I'll just skip it. After my farm run, it was time to hatch the monster, the hybrid, the killing machine, the merchant of death, the one of many, Indominus Rex. As I watched him hatch, I immediately claimed him before he would maul me. Don't be fooled, he was a baby, but he was still a monster, a killing machine, and he was growing so fast. So I whistled him outside and these Majungasaurus immediately attacked the Indominus Rex. If he died there, I would alt F4 and the challenge would be over, but we managed to kill him. The Indominus Rex did take some damage, but he was still alive. The Majungasaurus knew that they needed to kill the Indominus Rex now before he fully grew up and before it was done, because if he grew up, the island would be under my control. I surrounded the Indom with all of my dinosaurs to protect him, and now I just needed to wait till he grows up. While waiting, I farmed and kept imprinting on him, and by 78 he was fully grown up. Ah yes, I will kill everything. I tested the Indom's abilities, moves, and his insane world, as I wanted him to heal up a bit more before I took him out on our adventure. And, bro, what are you doing? This strike isn't a snack for you, bro. What are you doing? And I'm scared that Indominus will kill one of my tames. But right now, I had bigger fish to fry, because I was on a mission. You see, before I got distracted by the Indominus Rex, I wanted to tame something that is more powerful than the Indominus Rex. The Mosasaurus. With the Indominus Rex, I could control the land, but I still needed to control the waters. So I kitted up, got on my Spino, and went on a Mosa hunt. Now, since I encountered them before, I could find them easily again, as I had rough knowledge where they were located. So that's exactly when I went. As I approached the beach, I suited up with my scuba and went into the water. Even though it was daytime, I could barely see anything in the depth of the waters. I went to the seabed and I found nothing. I sailed all along the sea, trying to find the Mosasaurus. Where did they go? I knew the Mosasaurus loves to circle the island, so I made my way to the bottom of the island, and out of nowhere I spotted them. I pulled out my spyglass to check the level, but another one came to attack me. I wanted to kill the lower levels, but quickly got reminded of the Mosasaurus' strength. I went back up to heal and returned to guide them towards the shore so I could trap them. Before doing so, I pulled out my spyglass and checked which one was the higher level, and when I spotted him, I grabbed his attention and made him follow me to the beach. But he kept losing interest, so I bit him to remind that the Spino was a tasty snack that he needed to eat. When I reached the beach side, I needed a flat area to build my trap, so I kept searching for an area that was flat enough for the trap. But this was harder than it looked, as the Mosa kept biting me and I wouldn't be able to hold off that long. Eventually, I got on the beach, but before placing my gates, the Mosa swam away. I think the best thing to do was to place the gates and then lure him in. This way, it would have been much easier. I swam back out to try to find him. I searched for a little bit and found him. This time I had to make sure he wouldn't run away. I spent the next couple of minutes trying to get him inside, but he just simply refused. After failing over and over, I managed to get him on shore, where I placed the gates behind him, but he left. This would be harder than I thought. I went to pick up the gates and oh no, I tried my best riding the Spino, but he killed me. This was bad. No. The Spino's already low. I respawned on the nearest spawn point and sprinted back to the Spino. As I came close, he was alive. I spammed my whistle and phew. That was close. But where did the Mosa go? I thought I lost him again, but quickly found out that that was not true. Yo, don't mind me. I'm just gonna tame this Mosa. After failing over and over, I placed the gates and I wanted to lead them inside, as that would be the best plan. This is it. If I die, my Spino might die as he was very low. I shot him to get his attention. He chased me, breaking every piece of armor, but I did it. Yes, I swam around this rock and began tranking him. But I made a big mistake. You see, I just realized that one side looked like he could easily escape. I just hope he didn't figure that out. I spammed as many arrows as I could, not wasting a single second. After what seemed like an eternity, he seemed to be running, which meant he was very close to being knocked out. I just hope he didn't get out of the trap. But eventually, he did figure out and began running away. I whistled my Spino, thinking it would escape, but he got knocked out. Yes! Oh my days, that was so hard. Now I have to protect him against any sharks or any underwater creature that would like to kill him. I watched over his body on top of this rock, and by sunset, he was tamed. I named the monster Josh after a subscriber. I really wanted to get his saddle, so I oofed myself and respawned in base to craft his saddle. I thought if I rode the monster and whistled the Spino to follow me, it would have been a way better option. Base, I crafted the saddle. I crafted the platform too, as if I had an underwater base, that would have been insane. After doing so, I did my old strat of jumping off with a parachute and walking back home. But that didn't go as planned, so I took Tank instead, as he was the fastest dinosaur in my fleet. I took the saddle to the monster only to realize that that was the wrong one and it didn't fit him. So I had to go back, craft the normal one, but for that I needed metal. So while waiting for metal to smelt, I bred the Rexes again and imprinted on the baby when it hatched. I waited a little longer as I required a bit of metal, and in the meantime I admired the beauty. Wow! Not long ago, I was fighting for my life with sticks and stones, but now I was growing a Rex army. I had the Mosasaurus, and trust me, from now on, it only kept getting crazier and crazier. By this time, the metal smelted, so I crafted the saddle and went to the Mosa. This time, I took my Indom, as I really haven't rode him, and this was my first interaction with him. When I reached, I put on the saddle on the Mosa, and oh, I can die happy now. Oh my, the Mosa had so much aura. His animations, his moves, his beauty, he can walk on water! Hey yo, don't let the movies find out or we're gonna get Mosasaurus with guns for the next Jurassic World Rebirth movie! Man, the Mosa was definitely my #1 favorite dinosaur right now. I placed a bed there as I wanted to whistle the Spino and Indom back to base, and I would have respawned to take the Mosa close to my base. On my way back, I spotted a Nothosaurus, the same electrical mutant hybrid lizards I saw earlier, and yep, this was going to be my next tame, but now I have to just get back to base. Close to my base, I saw a Rex chasing something. Is that a baby? That's the baby Carno I left? He's still alive? I roared, scaring everything out of the way. You know, since this guy survived all this time alone, I decided I would take him back to base. At base, I crafted a ghillie suit and generators as they were required to tame the Nothosaurus. On my way there, I spotted another Indominus Rex. Even though my Indominus was half HP, he was level 200 and this one was 85. I can easily beat him. When I noticed my health decreasing faster than my view count, I began to pray. Oh no, please, please not like this. I left and ran as fast as I could. There was no way I was risking my own Indominus Rex to fight some cotton candy looking dinosaur. I continued my way to the Nothosaurus, and that's when is that two? Yeah, we're not going there. I walked around taking a small detour, but then I finally came to the place where I spotted the same one. There I began taming it, and they have one of the most unique tamings I've ever seen. All you need to do is place generators and let them feed it. And bro, where did this guy come from? I tried my best getting on my Indominus, but he concussed me and killed me. If my Indominus dies to a level 20 wild Indominus, I would chew the HDMI cable of my computer. I respawned as close as possible and ran back. And as I approached, I saw that they had killed it. Phew. On the bright side, the Nothosaurus tamed off my generators. I learned his saddle, and it was pretty cheap. As I was planning to go home, I spotted the level 150 Desolation close by, the most powerful crocodile on the island. They were nearly as strong as a Rex. I knew I couldn't pass up this opportunity to tame one. And to be honest, they were pretty easy tames. All I have to do is feed them when they open their mouth, like they're yawning. I left my Indominus close and swam across the river to the level 150. As I approached him, I crouched down, making sure he could not spot me. And when he opened his mouth, I tried feeding him, but he did not like the food. He literally shook his head. Instead, he wanted to eat me. I ran, whistling the Indominus, but bro, help me, man. Why are you AFK? I tried swimming to my Indominus Rex, but forgot that they were crocodiles and were really good swimmers. And I died. Man, this useless Indominus Rex, bro, spectated as I died. I respawned to the closest spawn possible. I felt like I could easily tame the Desolation. All I just needed to do is lock in. I ran back and... Guys, let's talk about this. Whoever moves first is... I got yeeted to the ocean. Hey, at least there's nothing that... Man, at this point, just eat me. Dang, I respawned, and this time, it seemed like the Indominuses were gone. Finally, Help! Someone please help! Dying like that, powerless, reminded me of how it felt in the beginning, so I spawned back in base. There I crafted the Dino saddle and the Nophosaurus saddle and the Carno one too, as I haven't used them and I wanted to see if he was good enough. I got on my Carno and bro, he is so slow, but he was pretty strong. Thankfully I made it back safely where I was taming the Dino switches. I got off my Carno and went to the Nofo and rode him, and oh my, he looked so cool at night and his abilities were insane. I mean, he literally turned into Thor, slamming thunder from the sky. After testing his move, I swam back to the other side to tame the Dino. There, I killed the level 5 Dino switches and went to tame the level 150. I snuck up on him, trying to feed him, but he attacked me again. Okay, you don't want to eat my food? I guess you will be mine. I got on my Nofo and with my electrical abilities began smoking him. Yeah, you go. Hey, no. Run, bro, run! The Dino broke every piece of armor, but I managed to escape. Wow. Apparently, I could not keep a tame for longer than 2 minutes. Now, after this, I found out that the best way to tame the Dino was to get a ghillie suit. And I had one, but it just broke when I was taming it. So I went back home to repair it and came back. This time, I managed to tame him with no problems. Well, except him nearly killing all of my dinos. But besides that, we finally got Godzilla in Jurassic World. I actually really like Dino switches, and I think he's so cool. Matter of fact, he was so cool that I whistled all the other dinosaurs and rode him back to base. Besides them just keep going inside me, I eventually made it to base safely, and I mean, even if I did encounter a dinosaur, who would be dumb enough to challenge this? At base, I organized all of my dinosaurs as I wanted it to be pretty and organized, and then I bred the dinosaurs again. I told you I wanted the best, strongest Rex army there was. After the egg was pooped out, I began hatching it. To pass the time, I wanted to craft a super spyglass and did some other base organization. Then I watched as a negative IQ Majungasaurus risked his life for no reason. I spent 20 minutes organizing the dinosaurs for what? You know what? At this point, I had enough. Dinosaurs kept coming and attacking me. I mean, even if they didn't do anything and my dinosaur could easily kill them, it was still annoying. I mean, at the end of the day, this is my base. I should have the total freedom to roam these areas freely without fearing that a Majungasaurus might come and kill me. So I learned a turret and began crafting them. I wanted my base to be surrounded with these guns, shooting anything that remotely is close. So when I went out to get flint and stone for gunpowder and other resources like metal, by nightfall I had completed a massive resource farm and had enough to make 2 heavy turrets. They were more powerful than the normal ones and would protect me better. I also began crafting some foundation. As you might have noticed, opposite my house I placed a foundation and it has been left untouched for some time. Now till now I had no idea what I wanted to build. But now I had an idea on the other base. And I put this on huge quotation marks because it won't be a proper base. This will be more like a base of operations. You see, to conquer the island, I need to tame the strongest dinosaurs. And one of the dinosaurs is called the Terexatitan. This is like the Indominus Rex, and the Desolation Titan had a baby. This was one of the strongest dinosaurs ever, and to tame him, I needed to craft his egg like the Indominus Rex. So I needed to craft a separate base for that, as my house could not fit his crafting station. After getting all his crafting stations done, all I needed to do was get his genomes ready so I could craft the egg. Now, I read online that he was going to be kind of like a boss battle. Once you defeat him, then you could get his eggs. So to prepare for that, I need stronger dinosaurs. I mean, yeah, I had my Rex army and the Indom, but I needed something to tank his shots, and that's when I thought of the perfect dinosaur. The Brachiosaurus. The Brachiosaurus had the largest health pool out of all of the dinosaurs, and I knew I really wanted to tame one. Besides, they're the face of the Jurassic World franchise. I took my Indom and immediately found one. I tried taming him, but I demolished him as he was way too low level. After this, I googled how to tame them, and turns out the best way to tame them is with the sniper rifle. So I crafted it and some bullets and went to hunt them down. I searched everywhere and I was about to give up, but then I found the perfect high-level Brachie. I was about to begin taming him, but he roared and my Indominus got scared. No way you can scare the Indominus Rex like that. Once he started running, I began taming him. Every time he stood up, I began blasting him with my sniper. As soon as he came close, I ran away, keeping my distance. But once in a while, the Brachie did stomp me, but the Indominus barely took any damage. I mean, he's just too strong. After doing this process over and over, I managed to knock it out. Wow, after nearly 2 whole days, I knocked out this beast. Once knocked out, I used Tank, gathered some berries and put it in his inventory and waited for him to tame. While it was taming, I learned his saddle and realized that it wasn't very expensive. I practically had everything besides the metal. But when I went on my farm run, I did have some resources still left in Tank, so I just needed to smelt that. I built a quick refining forge station around and waited for the metal to smelt. While waiting, I named the Indominus Rex Mr. Looney after a subscriber and the Brachyshimo. I mean, come on guys, I had to, like, they're just two tanks. And then I spent the rest of the day admiring the size of the Brachiosaurus. On the sunrise of day 90, I crafted the saddle and repaired my armor and rode this beast. Oh my, I was literally on top of the world. I could see the skies here and oh my, this guy is so slow. But I didn't care because he was a tank. This was truly a dream come true, a symbol. I went from dying over and over to taming the king of herbivores. One step for humanity, one step for saving this island. I tested out his attacks, which just amazing by the way. As fun as it was admiring the Brachy, now I had to do something I was dreading. Walk them back to base. And this took so long. I will skip this because I did literally nothing for an entire day, but just walk these three dinosaurs home. At base, I was greeted by a Dilophosaurus attacking. Nothing is better than home sweet home. My dinosaurs easily killed him, but hey man, hey, let go of me. I knew this day would come. I knew the day would come where the Indominus wanted to kill me. Jokes aside, for some reason the Indominus just grabbed me and just kept me there for like 5 minutes. Eventually he got hungry and while he ate, he let me go. Man, that was so weird. At base, I continued the construction of my operation base and placed all the structures and found out that getting the Terexatitan would be a grind, but I was locked in. But before I do any of that, I needed a stronger dinosaur. I needed the Desolation Titan. So I grabbed Texi and headed out to where I last saw him. I know what you guys might be thinking. Why don't you take the Indominus Rex? Well, Texi was easier to maneuver and I had another tactic. Like the Brachy, I would shoot, run, retreat and do that till it tamed. So I went to the top of the volcano where I last spotted him, but there was nothing there. I thought maybe he walked off and he was somewhere close by. So I went down the mountain and I was caught by surprise when I spotted him. Oh my. He looks so cool, honestly. By the way, let me know in the comments which is your favorite dinosaur design so far. I pulled out my shotgun and began shooting it. I was scared he was faster than my Rex, but now it was too late. I just prayed my Rex was faster. As he approached, I got on my Rex and ran away. My Rex was luckily faster, so I could repeat running and shooting him until he gets knocked out. I kept running and to my luck, he was focused on something else, so that could mean I could shoot him without getting chased. I managed to get him in his berserker mode. Now I just needed to run for 30 seconds until he gets exhausted and knocked out. I placed food on my hotbar to feed it as soon as he goes down. Come on, you thick boy. Come on, you thick-headed chameleon. But I don't think he liked that. But no worries, I'll just outrun from Hey, since when is he this fast? Hey! I turned around and he was out. This was perfect. I just needed to tame him before he... Oh, no, taxi! I got on my Rex and bolted. Man, I failed feeding him this time, but with my shotgun, I still had another try. But I had to be careful because every time I shot him, his health would be going down and down. And if I didn't tame him fast enough, I would eventually kill him. I pulled out my shotgun and shot him and he immediately charged me. I got on my Rex and for some reason he decided to have a mukbang meal. Not right now, man, run! I did get some distance between me and the Desolation Titan, but something I did not foresee happened. My stamina ran out and oh no. I got off my Rex so it would regenerate the stamina. While he was doing that, I shot it. As he got close, I got on my Rex and bro, what is this? Bro, barely regenerated any stamina. I could not outrun him. I thought I was cooked, but I used this rock to my advantage and kept juking him around it. Bro, please leave me alone. I'm sorry, I will not tame you, please. Finally, he did leave and my insane plan worked. I used this moment to get some distance between me and the Desolation Titan and spend this time to regenerate the Rex. When he was fully healed, I came back and stuck to my old plan of shooting and running. When I did get him to berserker mode, this Rex began eating again and bro, not now man, run! Eventually he knocked out and I tried feeding him but he woke up again. My Rex stamina was low and so was his health, and to make things worse, when I continued shooting him, I failed and killed him. Oh man. I walked home defeated. You have disappointed me, Taxi. As I was about to give up, I needed a dinosaur that was mobile, fast, and that I could use a shotgun on him. And then I thought of the perfect one, the Indoraptor. I mean, I spotted him before, and if he was like anything like a normal raptor, it meant I could use weapons on him. So he was my #1 target. At base, I gathered everything I needed to tame him and crafted a quick trap and got on my Indominus Rex and headed out. I reached to the same mountain as I spotted him, and it didn't take long before I spotted him. Now, I don't know if it was because I was on the Indominus Rex or he was lagged out, but he wasn't attacking me. So I quickly trapped him in a cage. With him being trapped, now I just needed to knock him out. After tracking him for some time, the fog came again, and I was scared he might have escaped or run away, but luckily he didn't. Man, this Indoraptor is dumb as hell. I thought it would have been way harder taming this creature. He was supposed to be this strong dinosaur, but I knocked him out easily. I put food on his inventory and he woke up. Man! Oh my, I'm not gonna lie, I pooped myself, but because of my trap, he wasn't able to escape. I guess I needed to knock him out again. When I did for the second time, he insta-tamed and phew. I thought he would have tricked me again, but luckily I tamed him. And I'm gonna be honest, he is trash! He's the weaker version every way of the Indominus Rex. But I still wanted to keep him as he was cool and aura. I whistled the Indominus Rex and together we headed home. At base, I grabbed my Indominus and began collecting all the resources needed for the boss battle. I spent the rest of the days killing alpha dinosaurs like alpha Rexes, even an entire Titanosaur, and collecting some other resources which I'm gonna pass over. But while trying to kill this Sarco, I found a dinosaur I have never seen before with probably one of the coolest roars ever. Who is this? Godzilla? Tyrannodominator. Holy, he looked so cool. He looked like a fusion between a Rex and a Theri combined. Luckily, his attacks didn't do much, but man, was he doing some anime moves. Bro was kicking, throwing rocks, all that for what, like 20 damage? I guess Indominus was way too strong, but I really wanted to tame him. However, I had no idea how to. After Googling, I found out that you needed rocket launchers. Bro, what type of taming is this? But honestly, for that roar, hey, I might have to do it. So I crafted everything, even his saddle, which by the way, he got like armor and stuff. Then I took Tank and went back out where I spotted him. I went up this hill with Tank and all I have to do is just wait for him to roar, then shoot an RPG on his head and not anywhere else, and he will gain torpor. If I do this enough, he will get knocked out and I can easily tame him. So I shot him, getting his aggro, and pulled out my RPG ready to shoot him. But then he kept knocking me back. Man, if you don't stop... Oh my days! I whistled Tank to come to me and got on him. I tried it the other way around. If I tank his bite, still he roars, then shoot him when he's roaring, maybe this will work. But bro unlocked his 6th sense as I kept shooting him and he dodged it left and right. Eventually when he did roar, I shot him, not before breaking every single piece of my armor. Hey, at least I got a shot successful. I just need to do this over and over. But this was so hard because he kept yeeting me like 20 kilometers. After getting slung across like a Tom and Jerry cartoon for like the 20th time, I had enough. Besides, Tank was getting half health, so I went home, crafted more rockets, and created a new plan. This time, I thought it would be better if I trapped him down. So I built up the trap and took my Indoraptor. Now I haven't used him a while and I thought he would be pretty cool. I know he was smaller, but it was kind of beneficial to the plan because it made it easier to escape the trap once I trapped him in. When I went back, I placed down the trap. Now all I needed to do was lure him in and escape myself. This was way harder than I thought. He just wouldn't follow me, but I never backed down. Never give up. As he stunned me, he entered the cage and I shut it. Yes, now I can finally tame him. I grabbed my Indoraptor and positioned myself where I could only see his head. Now every time he roared, I waited a bit so he wouldn't knock me back, and I dismounted and shot him, and this worked amazingly, and slowly the strategy was working. But something bad happened. You see, my RPG kept damaging the gates and eventually it broke. I honestly felt like giving up, and as I thought he would run away, but he stayed close. So I made sure to avoid his dodges, and every time he did roar, waited a bit longer, dismount and shoot. And after doing this couple of more times, he finally went down, and oh my, yes! As cool as his roar was, hearing this for like 40 minutes straight, bro, I wanted to throw my headphones away. I placed meat on him and he practically insta-tamed. After equipping his saddle, I rode him and damn, this guy looks clean. The Tyrannodominator wasn't the strongest as I nearly died killing a crocodile, but man, his animations, his design, everything was a 10 out of 10. He was coming close to being my top 3 favorite dinosaurs. And by the way, if you want to name him, make sure to hit that subscribe button because I'll name him after you. After this, I whistled him and the Indoraptor to a close area where I tamed the Brachiosaurus. Then I killed myself. You see, all I needed now was a couple of Rex arms and I could craft the boss battle. When I finally collected everything I needed, it was time to complete this challenge and defeat the biggest, toughest dinosaur. I crafted everything up and whistled all my dinosaurs, every single one of them, and made the journey to the boss arena, to the Indoraptor and Tyrannodominator. Walking 20 dinosaurs was so hard because they kept getting trapped and stuck on random stuff. But eventually I did manage to bring them all, besides some random dinosaurs which I lost and I couldn't even find him. I went back but he was gone. Besides, I had an entire army of Rexy, Brachy, Carno, Indoraptor, Indominus Rex, the Trag, the Tyrannodominator. No way anything was strong enough to kill him. I also changed one of the T-Rex skins to a V-Rex. He's still a T-Rex, but it's just a V-Rex skin, and I wish I knew about this earlier because he looked so cool. But this is it. I got on my Indominus Rex and gave my final speech. Blah, 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 blah. I went in and I spawned them. I ran back and whistled everyone to fight. Attack! But they were not attacking. I said advance, goddammit! We will defeat this monster! We will ride to death! We trust we will defeat the monster for greater good! We will defeat this! Ah! What? Hey, not a minute in, and my dinosaurs began to get wiped one by one, and eventually it was just the Brachy and Indominus Rex left. What just happened? We were the only ones left, and soon enough, the Brachy fell too. I watched the dinos I spent 100 days get wiped in 2 minutes. I did everything. I fought as hard as I could, but I had no chance against this. My Indom was half health and I backed off. I needed a new plan. I wasn't going to give up killing him, but I needed to think of something smart. I went home and crafted the RPG rocket turret. I had an idea. While the Indom was fighting, I would use the RPG to deal as much damage as possible. So I scraped the base, made as many rocket ammo as possible, and headed back. I placed the turret and whistled the Indominus to attack him. While he was fighting, I blasted them with RPG rockets. But they did nothing. Hey bro, hey Indominus, you know what? Let's just run away. Retreat bro, retreat. But he wasn't listening. I tried getting on him, but I died. No, not like this. I have to make it back. I have to save the Indominus Rex. I still have time. I can do this. It's not over yet. I respawned and ran as fast as I could. I thought of all the memories, of all the times I spent with the Indominus Rex, all the times we had fun, all the times we nearly died. Don't die on me now, I'm coming! As I saw him still alive, I knew that there was still hope. I got on him and I tried running away, but he killed me. Everything was gone. All of my dinos, everything I worked for, hours and hours and hours, were wiped off by this titan. And he wasn't even the strongest creature on the island. We still had the D-Rex and a bunch of scarier dinosaurs. I felt defeated. I respawned on the beach, ready to accept defeat. But then, oh, you are here? I had completely forgotten about him. And I realized that this was not over yet. I still had a base. I still had dinos like the Desolation and the Mosasaurus. The strongest animal on sea. I could do this. I could make this comeback. I got on my Mosa and swam along the beach, admiring the sunset. To defeat this island and to tame all these dinosaurs, I knew I could do this, but not alone. Anyways, this is gonna be the end of this video. This is part 1 of the 2-part series. Part 2 is gonna come out some later time, but right now I do want to work on other stuff. But if you guys like this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button. This video was supposed to come way later, like way earlier, but I got kind of busy. But don't worry, I'm gonna continue uploading amazing content. So hit that subscribe button, it would help me out a lot. I hope you guys like this video. Peace.